Laugh
or else. Laugh or Else radio show has been known to play some music and say some words that could be very well interpreted as inappropriate by some of the more sensitive and younger listeners out there in Radio Land. Fortunately for LOE Radio, WNUR-FM finds this type of talk, ideas, and media to be artistically and culturally significant for the greater good of mankind. We are only allowed to broadcast this type of entertainment between a very specific set of hours due to the current indecency tolerance of the faculty, which is, for some arbitrary reason, 11:30 p.m. to 6 a.m. rather than the official guidelines drawn up by the FCC regarding safe harbor for all of radio.
Welcome aboard. It's Laugh or Else radio show here at WNUR-FM, Evanston and Chicago. My name is Timur Radicek, your freeform community DJ, and I've been doing this since 2013. I'd like to thank you for joining us this morning. It is Easter, isn't it? Maybe I'm confused. Maybe yesterday was Easter, or was it Sunday? Sunday's Easter, because Friday was Passover. So yeah, and it's a glorious Easter morning here in Chicago, just steps away from fabulous Lake Michigan, which is currently being poisoned by an Indiana steel company. But we'll talk more about that later. I'm going to go around the room and introduce the cast of players we got this morning. To my left, Jay Watts, artist, producer, and owner, or developer, or creator.
And Easter Bunny.
And Easter Bunny.
Extraordinaire.
Of AudioStirFry.com. Jay Watts, what's up, buddy?
What's going on?
And with Jay Watts, he's brought a couple of guests this morning.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully, we'll get a performance out of them later on in the show. But I'll let these guys introduce themselves.
Hello, hello, hello. This is Era, the difference represented from Chicago, all over the world.
Yes, sir, yes, sir. And this is Buddah on the beat. And I also represent the difference. We from
You guys are members of the group, the difference, right?
Of course.
I mean, a group is kind of maybe more than one person.
we are the difference. We are the difference.
We are the difference. You can be the difference too. Everybody can be the difference.
Well, could I be the sum or the denominator?
Math jokes.
Yeah. We're on a college campus. We got to bring some kind of school study stuff in here.
Exactly.
I'll try.
So we got Era and Buddah. Is that it?
Buddah.
People
my
get
bad.
Confused.
Buddah.
My bad.
No, that's fine, man. I like to be confused with the great Buddah.
Not a bad guy to be confused
not
with.
At all,
You're about 200 pounds short, though.
About 300 pounds short.
So would I be wrong in calling you guys a hip hop duo?
No, you wouldn't be wrong. You'd be absolutely correct. We are a hip hop duo. We are also real life friends. Have been for a very long time.
Too long.
Yeah, I'm starting to kind of disdain his face a little bit, but that comes with the territory.
Wow.
You know?
I just found that out today, like right now.
You know I love you, man.
Right on, like an old married couple.
I'm just saying, group just sounds so much smoother.
Right?
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
It gets you looks faster from the industry. You know? New hip hop group from Chicago.
Like, oh, they're a group.
We got to get like 6 hype men.
And the groupies, because with the group comes the E.
So, you guys are just now getting underway with the group or the duo, or is it something you've established a while ago? You've been touring, doing some bars and that kind of stuff in the local scene?
Well, we've actually been doing the music together for quite some time, several years, more or less. We're just now starting to get the ball rolling as far as actually having projects to be released and going doing shows, but this is no new game for us. This is an old game.
Which is shocking, because you guys are very, very talented.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
We'll definitely get into a little bit of that music a little bit later.
Yes,
yeah,
sir. Yes,
excellent. Hopefully we'll get to showcase some of them Chi-Town talents.
Oh yeah.
And you can check out more if you stay tuned. But in the meantime, we usually recap what's been going on during the week. It's been no shortage of news this week, man. Like from Monday to Friday, even on my way in, I heard some bad news. Just on the radio while I was driving here, Raven tight end Todd Heap accidentally backed over his kid in his driveway.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
That's
I heard about
tragic, dude.
I don't think you come back from that.
No, I mean, how do you get over something like
exactly.
that?
That's crazy.
Especially it's an accident, like, it's not intentional, and you're just gonna be buried in guilt for the rest of your life. But there's all kinds of badness happening around the world and in Chicago. We'll talk about what happened at the airport here in a moment, but
Oh man, I keep forgetting that was at the Chicago airport.
yeah, that was at O'Hare. To start off the news, Charlie Murphy loses his battle with leukemia at age 57.
Rest in peace.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Charlie was a household name after having told legendary stories of playing basketball with Prince and clubbing with Rick James on Chappelle's Show in his True Hollywood Stories sketches. He has definitely been a lot funnier than Eddie in the last 15 years. I'll say that.
Definitely.
I don't know what happened to Eddie Murphy. He tried to do like a little stand-up comeback. He did like 10 minutes on stage.
Why didn't they get Eddie Murphy on the Chappelle Show is my question.
He's too big for that. He's a Disney man now. He does Dr. Doolittle's.
Maybe that's his problem right there.
Yeah.
That is though.
Well, he said after he had kids that's the direction he wanted to take his career. I mean,
Be a Disney man.
yeah. How do you go from being the filthiest mouth on stage?
Raw. And then, Nutty Professor. That's amazing. Range.
And then it all makes sense now when you go back and watch Raw and you listen to his G.I. Joe story in the tub with his brother Charlie. G.I. Joe was swimming in the water. What else has been going on? Thousands of protesters hit up the Loop this Saturday in a nationwide campaign calling for Donald Trump's release of his tax returns.
Really?
They're still doing that?
We're still on this?
Wow.
A tax march on Chicago took place at 11 a.m. in Daly Plaza. Who started this useless Facebook event?
I thought you were gonna say like impeachment. I mean, like that's
that would make
more
a lot more
correct.
sense.
Right,
exactly.
right. Because all this it really does is disturb traffic on a busy Saturday. You could have been out there protesting the cruise missiles Trump dropped on Syria earlier this week, or the mother of all bombs, which was dropped over Afghanistan, but 2 days later. But no, his tax returns are more important than the murdering of innocent civilians.
Right.
In a country that we have no business being involved in. What else? Meanwhile, Roger Agapawa is the apparent winner of the April 4th mayoral election.
What up, Raj?
Shout out, Raj.
What up, Raj? Hey,
Personal friend of mine.
But he won the mayoral election in Markham, Illinois. But Cook County State's Attorney Kim Fox is suing to take the office from him in a complaint filed with Cook County Circuit Court that states Agapa was convicted of felony mail fraud. And as most felons know, you can't even vote if you've got a felony rap on your...
Wait, what constitutes mail fraud?
Mail fraud? Spam? I don't know. When you send people like credit card applications.
I thought like he was a male that was frauding.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, is he not a male?
He's a fraudulent individual, that's for sure.
If you guys know what mail fraud is out there, please give us a call, 847-866.
Nobody knows there.
Explain it.
9687.
Explain
Break
it in great detail.
The science of it all.
Yeah, so I know how to conduct myself during the investigations.
So you're not
I'm
fraudulent.
very curious about this mail, man.
Yeah.
For my friend.
Associate Judge Raymond Miles, who presided over criminal cases, was fatally shot, and his 52-year-old girlfriend seriously injured in early morning of Wednesday outside of his house on the south side.
They got another judge in New York.
Whoa.
Like dead?
Like an appellate judge. They found her like dead. They said somebody murdered her.
Man.
Wow.
They're getting all these judges.
Judge is dropping off too
Somebody
quick.
got something to hide.
And Judge Joe Brown is still on television.
Yeah, right.
Come on, man, get that guy.
I know, right?
That guy,
What about
man.
Judge Mathis?
You on Tobacco Road, not on smoke. Judge Joe Brown, everybody.
Is he still on TV?
Yeah,
he is. Him and his glorious mustache.
He has enough money. He can go away.
Who's the one that's from Chicago? Judge Joe? Is that
That's
Joe?
Mathis, I believe.
Mathis. It's
Right,
Mathis. Yeah.
But he left us. He went somewhere.
They're all the same.
Yeah, he probably went to L.A.
Very angry.
Very angry. Yeah, they looking to send everybody to prison. Chemical spill, as I mentioned, in Lake Michigan from a local steel plant has gotten to be a biological problem and requires immediate attention.
Oh, nice. My dog swims in that lake.
Oh, well, if you want your dog to grow a tail out of his forehead, you'd let him continue to swim in the toxic waters.
Would that mean the dog would be double happy?
Maybe.
That would be interesting.
I'm sure you'd have the coolest dog on the block.
Yes, coolest.
That's the word we're going for. Cool.
Yeah, it's maybe radioactive.
There you go.
You know, it's all right.
That's awesome.
Lucky
hot,
is his name.
Yeah, lucky. Lucky to survive. Rahm Emanuel had to come out of hiding after his huge LED bulb swap proposal for the entire city. This guy wants to change every light bulb and every street light to LED to improve performance and lower the electric bill, but it's a lot of work to do, and nobody's really tallied up how many street lights there are in the city.
I'm glad he's focusing on some serious issues in the city.
Yeah, making taxpayers pay more money.
Light bulbs, really, dude?
But the reason he had to come out of hiding was because of what happened at O'Hare Airport to make a statement about the police that are...
They weren't even police.
No.
They're saying they're like security guards, and they were told not to be wearing the police jackets anymore.
Right.
They're still wearing the jackets.
Yeah, because, I mean, if you've ever worked at O'Hare, like I do contract work there, and it's like, it's its own little city. Like, they can write you tickets. Like, if you're on the runway or something, they can give you a ticket. And it's not, I don't know if it's a city thing, more so a federal thing. So if anybody, it's like the FAA you got to go after in that case. But yeah, he was he made his little statement, and we got the video and a whole bunch of other stuff we'll play in a little bit. Associate Judge Raymond Miles, yeah, we talked about him, the chemical spill. A 43-year-old woman was struck and killed by a Metro train Thursday afternoon in Mount Prospect, which happens to be the train station I would have to use if I were to come here through public transportation, because it's right down the street, literally, from my house. What else? The Chicago Urban League is calling for the job of one conservative iHeartRadio show host, Michael Berry. You guys ever heard of him?
Never.
No,
Not familiar with him.
I haven't either, but apparently...
Jeff Berry, isn't he a great cartoonist?
Chuck Berry.
Chuck Berry.
He
died recently.
Rest in
Rest in peace, yeah.
But I don't believe...
Crunchberry.
Crunchberry. I don't believe...
Dingleberry.
They're still living.
I don't believe this Berry is related to any of those characters. But
allegedly,
the claim is that his reporting of Chicago gun violence is mocking victims. And if you listen, there's they play like a 30-second clip of this guy talking about it. He's just trying to, I don't know, bring attention to it in a kind of a humorous way, but maybe it's a little backhanded for most people. iHeartRadio has not made any statements whether or not they support his views or whatever, and I think he's just going to continue to be the radio guy, and nobody's really going to say anything else other than that.
Do you still heart radio?
I never hearted radio.
I haven't hearted radio in a long time.
She's listening.
Oh, sorry. I heart you, radio. I heart you.
We're just joking.
We love you.
I'm not.
What else?
We're going to tie him up. Don't worry.
Some Illinois state lawmakers claim that legalizing recreational marijuana could solve some tax issues here in Cook County. I agree. I think Colorado's, $2 billion a year already they were making in taxes on recreational marijuana.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
So that could be good. You know, maybe that'll pay for Rahm's light bulb changing escapades.
Man, I was looking through news on my phone, and I saw this one article that was saying they were legalizing as of July of next year. And I was reading through, it's like the House of Commons was saying that they're gonna, support legalization. Thinking, oh, that's wonderful. And I'm like, oh wait, what are the House of Commons?
That's like European Parliament, ain't it?
It's Canada.
Right.
Right.
Oh wow.
I don't know why I'm getting Canadian news feed going on. I was so excited for a second.
Like, well,
I was like, all right, things are changing.
That's 2,000 miles away. Damn it.
It's not that far when you think.
Going to Toronto.
Man, I got stopped at
the Chicago
at
or the North
border, man.
Huh?
I got stopped at the border of Canada, man. I drove 10 hours to Canada.
Why did they stop you?
He was jaywalking.
Out in Chicago. Yeah, misdemeanor, man.
Wow.
Jaywalking.
So they wouldn't let you in?
No, they wouldn't let me jaywalk in.
He was a vicious, violent jaywalker.
The most violent.
Did you have to register on a jaywalker offenders list?
Next year. Next year.
The Archdiocese of Chicago has reached settlements totaling of $3.15 million to 3 men who say they were abused long ago and by a defrocked priest convicted of child abuse.
They're still doing that?
Man.
I like that word. Say that again.
Defrocked?
He's been defrocked.
I've never even heard of that word.
I love that word,
I like
too.
that word.
Can we Google search?
Yeah, can we?
We don't know.
I want to know what defrocked is.
To be doing the show on a college campus, we know minimum English.
Yeah, my lexicon's kind of limited. I'm sorry.
Definitely.
We think good.
I may have read it once, the definition, but totally forgot it.
I own an unsmart phone.
We defrocked.
Heroin warehouse was uncovered in St. Charles, also a neighboring city where I live.
Nice.
Where feds seized over 190 kilos of dope. Man.
1.21 gigawatts.
Oh.
That's about 1.21 millions in dollars. That's a lot of money,
That's
man.
a lot of money.
Yeah.
Somebody is, man.
Because the kilo's going for what, like 20 grand these days, 25? 190 times 25 grand. That's a lot of money.
Now, you know I'm not going to incriminate myself, right? I know nothing.
You ain't got to. You can.
I know
You
nothing.
7.
you can call it estimates.
Yes, I'm pretty sure the answer is 7.
Defrocked.
Let's not defrock on that subject. And finally, a Detroit doctor is arrested for mutilating female genitals
Come on.
of girls across the Midwest, according to Breitbart News.
Wow. He must have listened to a lot of Eminem music.
Maybe, I don't know. This is Breitbart, however you say it, but I know they don't get a lot of love in the mainstream media, especially that one gay dude. What's his name? Milo Yiannopoulos. He caused a big scene here on DePaul campus last fall, where they were marching in protest to him just appearing on campus. And they wouldn't even let him talk, just like they did at Berkeley. And then all them riots started.
What's he do?
He's just a commentator, I guess. I mean, what does anybody in the news do other than just report?
He must be far left.
He's to the opposite direction, far right.
Oh,
But-
yeah, I've heard of this guy.
Yeah. People call him a Nazi and a white supremacist, but he's like a gay, multicultural lover of all things.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it doesn't really affect
Great
him.
quality.
Yeah.
Great guy.
He's funny, man. I mean, if you listen to just listen to him talk about whatever subjects it is, he's got a sense of humor, but everybody that hates him doesn't, apparently. So they want to burn down streets and throw stuff through windows near schools when he comes by.
They just want an excuse to do that. They're the crazy ones.
That's what it is. I think so.
Just want to tear it
Little
up.
little angsty teens
Tear stuff up.
just want to break stuff.
Don't burn the books.
No. Just smash up the Starbucks. We'll be all right. So I think what we're gonna do now is take a quick music break, and then on the other side we'll come back to that video of what's going on with the doctor from the United Airlines flight. Guys, have you seen? I'm sure you've all heard.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. But then a video surfaced a couple of days later of the confrontation between the guy and the cops.
Ooh.
So we'll have that for you and more.
Sounds like there's more to the story.
There is most definitely more, and you're going to have to stick around on the other side of this break if you want to hear what that's all about. So this is LOERadio Show on WNUR-FM, Evanston in Chicago. Stay tuned. We're going to take a quick music break, and our music This morning consists of a little bit of rap rock. So a little bit of rap, a little bit of hip hop. You might hear some crossover jams, and there's a few of them out there, so we're going to play them. So stay tuned. It's WNUR-FM, Evanston, Chicago.
Mail fraud.
Hey, this is Big J. Okerson, and you're listening. That's hilarious. Hey, this is Big J. Okerson, and you're listening to LOERadio. I don't know what the else is, but I'm looking at this guy, and it's probably involving butt stuff.
The LOERadio Show has been known to play some music and say some words that could be very well interpreted as inappropriate by some of the more sensitive and younger listeners out there in Radio Land. Fortunately for LOERadio, WNUR-FM finds this type of talk, ideas, and media to be artistically and culturally significant for the greater good of mankind. We are only allowed to broadcast this type of entertainment between a very specific set of hours due to the current indecency tolerance of the faculty, which is, for some arbitrary reason, 11:30 p.m. to 6 a.m. rather than the official guidelines drawn up by the FCC regarding safe harbor for all of radio.
Welcome back. It's LOERadio Show on WNUR-FM, Evanston and Chicago. This is the free-form programming, which means that every so often when we play some music, they might have a couple of cuss words in there. And according to WNUR, those portions of the programming here on the free-form programming may be considered inappropriate for some of the sensitive and younger listeners out there in the radio land. WNUR believes this material to be artistically and culturally significant for the greater good of mankind. We only broadcast this type of filth between the hours of 11:30 p.m. and 6 a.m. overnights. That said, we welcome back Jay Watts from Audio Stir Fry, and The Difference, consisting of the duo Era and Buddah.
What up, what up, what up?
You got it right that time.
I did.
El Difference.
Pat yourself on the back.
Thanks.
Awesome.
I tried. Yeah, guys. So before the break, we talked about a little bit of news of what's been happening all over the world. A lot of people are scared this week that we might be headed for World War III. You guys find that we might be in the brink of another major world war?
Oh yeah,
maybe.
You say that only because you don't like Donald Trump?
No. I think it's all signs are pointing towards something, man. It's like all this stuff's happening. You got some crazy people in charge.
I'm not completely sold on it.
No?
I think that the people are a lot more involved. You know, they might be marching for the wrong causes, but at least they're marching. You know, they just need to get their causes right.
Well,
I mean, so we gotta gather the people together, you know, and get them to look at the right things. That's it.
Yeah, when you're angry about something, it's a good idea to aim your anger in a particular direction. And if you can't just spray buckshot, you want a homing laser.
Exactly.
So,
like stopping World War III.
Yeah, and to do that, I think the best idea would be to go sit out front on the White House lawn.
Yes.
And tell him.
He won't be there, though.
Yeah, well, he's not going to be here in Trump Tower either. He's out playing golf somewhere, I would assume.
He sucks at it.
Yeah. I mean, but don't they all? None of them are like Jack Nicholson on the golf course.
Nicholson?
Justin Timberlake.
Nicholas.
Nicholas.
I get those two confused all the time.
I love my golf.
Education.
I love my golf.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know he was a golf guy. Sorry. I won't,
Jack Nicholson was great in The Departed.
I won't poo-poo on that sport at all. But before we move on, we did want to talk about the event that happened at O'Hare Airport earlier this week with the passenger on United Airlines flight, whatever, leaving O'Hare bound for Boston.
This guy's going to get some money, huh?
Oh, man. He looks like he's going to have a nice little payday.
Oh, yeah.
And I think first what we'll do is we'll have a look at the original video that surfaced that had people staring in awe of the ruthlessness of... so apparently what the situation was is that 3 or 4 employees for United Airlines needed to get on this flight to go back to Boston to jump another plane to get to somewhere else.
That's what needed to happen?
Yes. And what happened is they originally asked if people would volunteer to leave, and nobody volunteered. And then they said, well, we'll offer people a few bucks, and people still refused. So they finally said, well, we're going to let a laptop generate 4 names, and as these names are called, you got to exit the plane and wait for another one. Yeah, so apparently instead of booking 4 seats less for every flight in the event that you got to fly some of your employees to another state, they just overbook, and then this is what happens.
Why didn't somebody like take advantage of that? Be like, okay, I'll take the next flight, but you got to give me first class.
Yeah,
something like that.
You
Why
know,
not?
I would,
and a food voucher. I want McDonald's, please.
Not that $7 crap you serve on a plane, which is like a sandwich and a bag of chips.
Yeah, I know, right?
And it's like a gas station sandwich too. It's not even a decent one. You gotta peel it open.
Exactly.
The old stale
like
bread.
Applebee's or Olive Garden, like that.
No.
They do that same. They do that same thing. Really?
I love Olive
They
Garden.
peel back bags and they put them in the microwave, man.
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah. Okay, Red Lobster style. All right.
Lobster.
Yeah, that's how they make all their drinks
Red
too.
Lobster.
It's all pre-mixed stuff.
Red Lobster.
Man, them Cheddar Bay biscuits though, I'll tell you what. You ain't messing around.
Also out of a bag you peel.
Hey man, don't be doo-dooing all over my childhood.
Sprinkle 4 drips of water in the dehydrator.
No wonder they're all dry. You didn't put enough water in them. Damn it. So let's have a listen here at the video. As you will hear the shocked and appalled people aboard the flight.
That one lady, man.
She's like, "How dare you bastards! Didn't your mothers ever love you as kids?" Yeah. It is somewhat of a over the top little reaction, but
Nobody caught that dehydrator comments, huh? Back to the Future 2?
No,
in
what
the
happened?
future when they put that pizza in the dehydrator and it pops
Oh
up.
yeah. Oh man, that movie was like, I can't wait. The
I know.
future's gonna be so awesome, and it
Dude,
stinks.
flying cars.
Everything in
Yeah, we can't
Dubai,
even
old
fly
form.
nothing yet.
I know,
Dubai,
right?
baby.
All right, so here we go. We got some audio here. That's the sound of them yanking on the doctor. That's his face hitting the armrest and splitting his mouth open and losing a few teeth.
What are you doing?
Oh my God, I'm such a privileged white lady.
No, this is.
My name is Caroline.
Look at what you did to him.
Oh, I thought that was her on the
Oh
ground.
my God.
He looks out cold, KO'd. So minutes after they dragged this dude off the plane, he comes running back on somehow.
That's what happened. I was very confused by this part.
I have to go home. I have to go home.
So now he's like bloody faced, like running down the plane.
Right. So he
Dude, these
escaped. He escaped the clutches of the airport police and then returned to the plane.
Oh no!
So and then you heard him.
He had to go
I
home.
hope there's no children on that plane, man.
He had to go
It's
home.
not wrong to laugh at that.
It's
Go home. I have to go home. I have to go home.
He has to go home.
I have to go home.
He has to go home. I think he has to go home.
Hide in the bathroom.
So immediately after this video surfaced, UA went into damage control, and they're like, bring out the dogs. We're gonna make this guy's life all kind of hell, and we're gonna garner some sympathy from the public, for the corporation here.
Backfired.
Yeah, and the headlines that came out less than 24 hours later were: the doctor that was dragged off the flight was convicted of trading drugs for sex.
Oh yeah.
What?
So we should have
Wow.
bashed his face in.
Yeah. So this
We knew
Way
this.
to
We knew
cover
this
it
at
up,
the time.
Mm-hmm.
this is a New York Post article. You can just Google the headline and you can read all about how they try to demonize this guy.
Silly.
Just like I said, to gain some sympathy for their corporate cause.
Silly.
And shortly after that, they were like, the United Chief Executive Oscar Munoz came out with an official statement saying that the officers involved described the passengers' behavior as disruptive and belligerent. And then this video surfaced.
He just wanted to go home.
Hold on a minute. Hold on, dangerous. I won't go. I'm physician, have to work tomorrow, 8 o'clock, and so am I.
All right, so he says, I got to work tomorrow, 8 o'clock. He's telling the cops while he's on the phone trying to call his lawyer.
Yeah. You can talk my. Right now, they want to remove me from now. Her name is Daniel Hill.
So Daniel Hill is telling his lawyer that the police are standing above him, trying to remove him from the plane.
So I make a lawsuit against United Airlines.
He's threatening a lawsuit.
No, I'm not going.
No.
I am not going.
I'm not going.
Well, you can track me down. I'm not going.
Patel.
Right there.
He's Indian.
They try to do the force.
So when does he get belligerent?
Yeah, they're right.
There's still about 20 more seconds.
Yeah.
He's about to lose his mind right here, watch.
Yeah, they go ahead. I already go to jail. I don't stand in jail.
They go to jail.
So as you can tell, he's starting to lose his cool.
Watching popcorn pop.
Until tomorrow.
He's telling the cop, I'd rather go to jail than be pulled off of this plane.
I fly from LA. I take a long flight. I spend almost 24 hours.
And that's it.
He was really belligerent.
Shortly after that, they grabbed him by the throat, knocked his face around some furniture, and pulled him off the plane. Dr. Hill here is probably going to have one of the best paydays a passenger on United Airlines has ever had.
He's going to get some pretty new teeth.
Congratulations.
Yeah, he's going to get some new fronts.
You're going to get a lot of homes now.
Yeah.
You're going to be able to go to all of them.
Yeah, and then you'll be able to trade all the drugs you want for sex in the future. So, yeah, man, I mean, it's kind of violent. I don't want to ever be encountered with, an ultimatum like that. Either you leave or we're going to bust your face open. And you're being told to leave because we've made priority for our employees to go somewhere where you had purchased your ticket months in advance for. So, and then the argument should stand that how long before this flight took off or they boarded people did United Airlines know that these 4 people had to be on that plane?
Right, exactly.
Couldn't we have done this in the terminal?
Yeah, exactly.
Like
no, United does not make good moves, man. I've had some experiences with them in the past, and it's just like at the end of the day, I got like $500 in like free vouchers, and they don't care.
The last time I flew to United, my plane was supposed to leave at 7:30. Kept getting delayed every 45 minutes up until 1 o'clock in the morning, where they told us no planes are leaving. And then they're like, here, you can go stay in this hotel, but you got to be back here at 8:30. So by the time I got to my hotel, it was already 4 o'clock in the morning.
They pay for the hotel?
Yeah, but I didn't even sleep, man. It's just like I put my stuff down and I had to go back to the airport.
Right.
So it's like, why didn't I just sleep in the airport for all that? A Southside priest was robbed walking his dog earlier this week while walking his dog near church.
Whoa.
Of all places. How do you do this on Easter week? Like,
and he wants to
a tip from Illinois Partners for Clean Air to improve.
Oh, really? Thank you.
I believe so.
And he made like a PSA saying he wanted to like talk to the guy and talk to him about his problems.
Have you heard about the Lord, my son?
Chicago neighborhood on alert.
Priest is robbed walking his dog before heading to Mass at Our Lady of Guadalupe Parish in Chicago's South Shore neighborhood. This crime took place about 6:30 this morning in the 9100 block of South Baltimore Avenue.
ABC 7's Laura Podesta is live from the church right now with what was taken. Laura.
Well, Judy and Rob, the priest first willingly gave the man $1, but then had a gun shoved in his stomach.
Man, that's not all you got. Give me your money.
Today, during Mass at Our Lady of Guadalupe Parish, Father John Molyneux alerted his congregation to the fact he'd been robbed at gunpoint this morning. The priest was walking his dog at 6:30 a.m. near 91st in Baltimore when he says a man approached him.
Trying
at
to
first,
fill that
the encounter seemed harmless.
He gave the guy $1.
Playing with the dog.
And then he stuck him up.
And
it's like a slap in the face to a robber. Oh, really?
That kind of stuff.
But then the man asked for money. Father Molyneux handed over $1, but the man wanted more.
At that point, he leaned in, and he put something to my stomach.
Something odd
and
about
I
this
looked
guy.
down, and it looked like a gun. I'm not, it was black. I don't know if it was real or not.
Wait, what?
But I decided to give him my wallet.
People who attend this parish tell me they are shocked their priest was targeted, but they have known for a while to not walk alone in this area.
I witnessed a guy getting robbed last night about 9 or 10 o'clock. And I yelled at them, and they started running off.
As far as Father Molyneux, he says he's doing okay and that money and credit cards can be replaced. But he tells me he's sad that young people feel so desperate in this neighborhood that they're turning to crime.
Wow.
And we asked police if they're doing anything about this increase in crime on these blocks. We're still waiting to hear back. The man who robbed the police is still on the run at this hour. Reporting live from the South Chicago neighborhood, Laura Podesta, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Thanks, Laura.
Nice. Very nice. I like that.
Podesta.
That was a very intriguing story you had for us.
Podesta.
Podesta? Isn't that one of the guys in the White House? Podesta?
Yeah. That sounds like cheese.
Sounds like a person.
Man,
some type of cheese.
Sounds like it smells bad too.
Years old age. Podesta.
Or it's that crazy Italian maggot cheese. That stuff's harsh. I think I saw a video where Gordon Ramsay tried that crazy stuff.
Ramsay likes nothing, though.
No, unless he cooks it, and he don't even eat the stuff he cooks.
He doesn't. Yeah. It probably tastes like dirt.
I don't know. He's married, so
he's got a burger place in Vegas that was very good.
Was it?
You been there?
Gotta give him props to that.
Okay. He still looks like a catcher's mitt, though.
Yes.
that face, it's all beat up and worn.
Sure it does.
Oh, wow. That dude looked like he was 30 in 5th grade.
I know.
Yeah.
That's all that scowling.
Yeah.
Disapproval.
Yeah. Smile once in a while, you bastard. According to Fox 32, the most reliable source of news, according to the EPA, the U.S. Steel leaks chemical into Lake Michigan tributary.
Great.
More words that I don't know.
Tributary?
That sounds more legit.
If you know what a tributary is, call in at 866-WNUR.
847-866 WNUR. Man, it's the first time I gave out the station number. No wonder the phone's not ringing.
Tell us how you feel.
From the AP, Portage, Indiana, a spill at a U.S. steel plant in northern Indiana has sent wastewater containing a potentially carcinogenic chemical into Lake Michigan. It was apparently caused by a pipe failure, but testing has found none of the toxic substance in the lake, the company and federal officials said on Wednesday. Tuesday's spill of an unknown amount of wastewater led to the closure of the beaches in the area, and at scenic Indiana Dunes National Lakeshore was prompted a local water utility to stop drawing water from the lake. U.S. Steel and preliminary investigations show an expansion joint failed Tuesday in a pipe at its Portage, Indiana facility, allowing wastewater from the electroplating treatment process that contains hexavalent orichalcum.
That means 6 of something.
I know.
6 deadly chemicals.
6 deadly microcarcinogens flow into the water and the complex. The wastewater eventually flowed into the Burns Waterway, a lake tributary, at a point about 100 yards from Lake Michigan, said the EPA, which is overseeing the response to the spill.
So what if I drank some of this water?
You might become a superhero.
Yeah. U.S. Steel, probably a man of steel.
You'd be
Superman, movies.
Once you're in heaven.
You'll be dead.
Yeah, you can be whatever you want once you cross over.
Yeah.
So, that's about it for Chicago news. I got some random, funny news for the other side of the break, but we're going to take another music break. And then we're going to get to know the difference.
El Diferencion.
Please get to know us.
Yeah, stay tuned. So you're going to want to check them out as they may perform live.
If you're lucky. If you call in.
Please call.
Please call.
And send donations.
Just call.
We already had Phone-a-thon a month ago.
Oh, man.
So if you donate now, they might look crooked at us. All right, so we're going to continue the rap rock playlist with Sum 41. This is called Fat Lip. Oh, check it out. WNUR. Yeah, welcome back. It's LOERadio Radio Show here at WNUR-FM, Evanston and Chicago. My name is Tim Radicek, your freeform community DJ. I'm joined in studio with audio stir-fry producer Jay Watts. And The Difference.
Yeah.
Hip-hop duo from Chicago featuring artists Era and Buddah.
I thought we were sold on group.
Oh, yeah.
Don't do us.
With the duo, I think that's what we're going for now.
We're going to put out the press reports as group. So hopefully here shortly we'll have these guys bust out a little performance. But let's get to know the fellas a little bit before we continue. Guys, one of the first things I want to ask is, like, who are some of your influences that made you get into hip-hop?
I'll let you tackle that one first.
Okay, so...
Don't say Uzi Vert, please.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I kind of like him, though, a little bit.
He's alright.
But, like, when I first started, I think like, majority of people who are my age, around 28, 29, probably Pac was the person that, people really got hooked on the hip-hop with.
Right.
I messed with Lil Big, but my actual first album I ever purchased was in 1998. I was 10 years old, and I don't know how I was able to go and get it, but Juvenile. 400 Degrees.
You the one of me.
And I don't rap like him, but I love that. I still listen to it, actually.
Won't you back that ass up?
Huh?
Juvenile was hot when he was
definitely
when he was leading them hot boys around.
Definitely.
Juvie was the man.
Yeah. He changed. It was a different direction of rap when he came out. I remember.
They were so dirty.
Yeah, dude.
I loved it.
Slob on my knife, like corn on the cob.
Oh, isn't that 3-6?
That's 3-6.
Yeah, that came out right around then too, though.
Yeah, it did.
Like 98, 99. That was like.
The South was big, man. The South was blowing up.
Yeah, it's funny because 3-6 had beef with these characters I'm playing right now, the Bone Thugs.
That's why I brought it up, obviously.
They went back and forth with a couple of diss tracks.
Yeah, but to answer your question from my behalf, it's kind of the same things. Of course, you got the Big in there, you got the Pac in there. The first album or cassette, if anybody remembers those,
hell yeah,
that I owned, believe it or not, was DMX. I had DMX.
It's dark and hell is hot.
Yeah,
I had that one too.
And
the heat is on.
And Missy Elliott, I had her cassette, the Get Your Freak On.
Get your freak on, go get your freak on.
And that's when I was really big into hip hop, and I just started looking for different genres of music too. So I got really big into rock at the time.
Okay.
I started listening to a bunch of alternative stuff like Nirvana and Foo Fighters.
Hey man, influence can come from anywhere.
Definitely.
Exactly.
You know,
especially from Nirvana or Foo Fighters.
Right. Them dudes who are changing the game too.
Alice in Chains.
So what about current artists, like new artists that have come out in the last 2 years?
Like J. Cole, maybe some. Who's that one dude that's blowing up right now?
Dude, believe it or not, J. Cole's been around like a decade already.
Really?
Yeah.
He's been around.
He's been around. He's a journeyman, man. His success has contributed to hard work. That's what it is.
Did you guys hear the new Kendrick CD?
I didn't.
I listened to like half of it.
Ooh,
and I'm not.
Pass or fail grade?
Give him a letter. Give him a letter grade.
A through.
I mean,
S.
You can tell he ain't trying to step on it.
No. I mean, I liked it, but it's like I think people have an over
hype him up too much.
Yeah, it's too much.
Yeah, that single, I'm not really on board with it.
He can sneeze on the record and it's the greatest thing alive.
Right.
But it's like he's going up against Uzi Vert, so it's like
exactly.
He did a track with Taylor Swift. I heard the other day.
He did. Bad Blood. It was awesome. I love
Taylor
Taylor
Swift.
Taylor Swift is my influence.
That was a good song. I'm thinking of a different song though. It was like it caught me off guard. It was like another female singer.
Don't bring up T Swift like that, man. You get cut over
here. Are you a Swiftie?
Don't be hating on his girl.
I get Swiftie.
Get Swiftie. That reminds me of Rick and Morty season 3 coming out right now.
You saw episode 1?
Oh man, did I?
Killed it.
It's gonna be good.
They're not dropping the rest of the season until July.
What?
Yeah,
man. Making people wait.
It's terrible.
You know, just like I quit watching The Walking Dead because of that, man. They kept breaking the seasons in half.
Ooh, I watched the finale. I haven't watched it in like 8 weeks.
Man.
I watched the finale.
It was disappointing.
Very disappointing. But also fulfilling.
Yeah, well, I guess.
Most things are.
I mean, it's a little
both. Kind of like Kendrick
Kind of like
Lamar.
Swiss cake rolls.
At least you know that Negan
Shout out to
comes
Swiss
back.
cake rolls, man.
Shout out to Lil Debbie.
Lil Debbie and them Swiss
hostess and all the hostess.
Them Swiss rolls.
For the mostest.
Man, I could dig on a few of those right now.
Debbie's.
Well, I'm gonna answer your question if you don't mind.
Please.
Of artists that
newer artists, right?
New artists in the past couple of years, I believe is what you said.
Sure.
No one.
Nobody?
Not one.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's just that opinion is subjective. It always is, right?
Of course.
And in my opinion, the crop of talent that's out there, there's no debating that they work hard. I get that. But I'm sorry, it's levels.
I mean, we're bringing up artists like, Juvenile and whatnot, and those are hip hop artists. What do you consider these artists coming out now same genre?
No.
And if not, what genre are they? Like it's a
new type of genre.
I wouldn't call it hip hop.
I definitely would. I agree with that.
It's like pop.
I was telling Era, I truly believe when you break down the most basic form of hip hop, it falls into that category. As far as like, you get the crowd hyped up. It's like the lyrics are not there.
Right.
But the storytelling. The energy is there.
It's all about energy and entertainment, though. It's not about,
I mean,
that's why it's subjective.
When it was hip hop, a hip to the hip, that wasn't like the greatest.
No, that wasn't either.
Like that wasn't.
Yeah, but that was groundbreaking first time.
Exactly. So everything reverts back to the origin of itself, I think.
Man, there was
for better, for worse.
So,
you guys listen?
Good point. We could be reverting right now.
Yeah.
Do you listen to the Breakfast Club at all?
Sometimes.
Like, cause I guess Yachty was on, and Charlemagne was tearing him up.
Nah, he's horrible.
Oh man, who, Yachty or Charlemagne?
Both.
Cause he was like
Charlemagne the God.
Yeah, he asked him. He's like, how do you feel? How do you feel being the poster child for bad rap music? And he's like, wait, what? He's like, yeah, because, a few years ago that title was held by Trinidad.
Oh, wow. They cut him out real quick.
Yeah. And he's like, what? I don't agree with that, man.
He's unaware, man.
Yeah. But, I mean, he's making money.
There you go. And he's on drugs.
Yeah, he lives in his own reality.
Yeah. I mean,
they all do. Him and it. Did you see that little cipher they did? It's like, who are these mumbling dummies? Man.
And that's what I'm talking about. That's all I'm saying. I know it's real lyricists still out there, and not saying that lyricism is everything, but I know they're still out there. It's just that the mainstream now is focused on that type.
It's what the audience is thirsty for right now.
Exactly.
And I don't know what they're on, but like
stupid children.
It's the
millennials.
Respect your elders.
Come on.
So I don't know. Also, I wanted to ask, man, what do you guys think of the queen of hip hop?
Who was that?
You guys don't believe
Remy
it's
Ma?
Nicki Minaj?
Oh wow.
Nicki Minaj?
Who?
There's no such. I was also telling Aaron, there's no such thing.
Who? Dude, it's still Missy Elliott, man. Her albums from the 90s trump anything that's come out.
Man, even the girls.
And she's still the queen. She hasn't had to do anything.
Even the girls from In Vogue rap better than her.
There's no such thing as a queen of rap.
There is. I mean,
Vogue, huh?
I omit them.
Most famous rapper.
I only mentioned them because they came to my school recently.
Oh,
Did they?
Yeah.
Were they stoned?
No.
Wow.
I mean, like stoned. Like did people throw rocks at them?
Oh
That's
no,
what I mean.
no.
They didn't.
No.
Were they supplied with rocks?
No, we're talking about In Vogue, man, not Yachty.
Oh, okay. I thought. Okay. Never mind.
Yeah.
Keep the rock.
They actually had some talent, man. They put out a few decent albums. Yeah,
I bet you they didn't get any of that money though.
No. Like most R&B artists back then. Like
yeah, what was
that? You could tell by the music video. There's smoke anywhere.
That's what the whole budget went to.
Especially if Arsenio Hall in your video.
Oh
wow.
Like Paula Abdul.
He got paid for sure.
Of course he did.
All you have to do is flash his gums.
Yeah. How could you not see that dude's gums? Man. So, not a fan of Nicki Minaj, huh?
Who?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's kind of the way I feel.
Wannabe actress.
Man, whatever happened to like the Ladies of Rage and the Little Kims of the world?
Well, first of all,
Lil Kim ain't Lil Kim no more.
Yeah. No, she's little hoe.
I don't know what she came.
Was she Kevin?
Kevin?
Is she like still classified as a human being? I'm not sure. Most of these
like
people
plastic surgery,
she's an alien.
Exactly. They're technically
extraterrestrial
objects, right?
I was never like a big fan of Lil Kim.
No, but I mean, Bad Boy needed a female.
I mean, back in the day, she wasn't bad.
I mean, the Brat and
I'm a big the Brat
Shauna.
fan. Yes.
And then who else was out? Brandy and Monica, but that's way back in the day.
Did they ever find out who the boy belonged to?
Nah. No. Yeah, they still got the APB out on him.
Wow.
Talking about Michael Jackson again?
Yeah.
I love Michael Jackson.
Rest in peace.
Don't go there.
Yeah.
Don't go there. I cried.
Leave the king out of this.
I cried, man.
Don't say that. Someone's listening.
Oh, right. Someone. I love MJ though. Seriously.
He does.
That's my biggest influence in life.
He will fight you over Michael Jackson.
And Westbrook.
And Russell Westbrook.
Russell Westbrook. I was gonna say
he will fight you over
those two. Who do you love more, Michael Jackson or Russell Westbrook?
Come on, man.
Ooh, answer that.
Why you gonna make him decide?
Say, come on. Yeah.
Smile.
This is the
Russell Jackson.
This is the toughest question I've been asking my whole entire life.
Like that was a good interview.
You're gonna have to let me think about it for a week.
I'm glad this wasn't on my SAT.
Dang, SAT. We took
I don't know. I don't know. No.
No, they're getting.
They don't take those in public schools.
Now.
We never took them.
Really?
I don't know.
Oh, the one news story was about how kids in high school, they're proposing this thing where kids got to have an acceptance letter from a college or a higher learning institution before they get their diplomas from high school.
That's great.
I mean, I agree, but what if you already got a job lined up after high school?
It's true.
Yeah.
What if you want to go to the military, right?
Yeah, well, that's included though, just college and military. But I mean, it's a way to keep on the kids, make sure they're doing something after.
Everybody ain't made for college though.
This is true.
I wasn't.
Exactly.
I went to,
and look at you, man.
I went to trade school.
Look at what you're doing.
Yeah, I went to radio school.
Mispronouncing all those words, man.
I'm learning every day.
Today.
Frocked. Word of the day. That's gonna be the title of this show this week.
Let's defrocked 2 hours.
So we gotta get moving along because we're about 25 minutes from the end of the show.
Oh,
so
wow.
we're gonna
move along,
time flies when you're having excellent fun.
We're gonna let the boys from The Difference loose on the air here at WNUR-FM, Evanston and Chicago. What track should I cue up here first?
Yo, I just sent you new stuff.
So not this email that.
No, let's do. Why don't we start with soul song?
You want to start with that one?
Yeah.
Let's start with that one then.
Let's do it.
Is there any kind of ramp time? You get a few seconds here.
Yeah, it pretty much gets into it right away. A nice strong chorus here. We actually recorded this about a week and a half ago.
Yeah, just about.
Something like that. We even shot a video for it.
Really?
Still waiting on that, man.
I'm still waiting on my soul.
We got it.
You got my soul.
Yeah. I liked
Give
it
back,
though. I liked
man.
it.
Would you sign over a contract with your soul?
Only to you.
Oh man, are you Satan?
Where we buy soul.
Of it, if you want part of a soul.
I'm not Satan,
how
but
much
I
can
know
I
him.
give?
All right, I think we're all queued up here. This one is the Soul Song.
Give me that sandwich.
It's performed by The Difference, WNUR-FM.
Yeah.
I can feel it in my soul. I can feel it in my soul.
Yeah.
I can feel it in my soul.
Yeah.
I can feel it in my soul. meant to be something. Meant to be something, gotta be something special. 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 Nah, I ain't gon' sing. I can feel it in my soul. Nah, I ain't gon' sing. I can feel it in my soul. Nah, I ain't gon' sing. I can feel it in my soul. Nah, I ain't gon' sing. It's something unexplainable when you wanna be something unattainable, and it's only deemed that by society. What they tell you go for, that's the irony. I can feel it in the bottom of my soul. There's a hole that I feel with the gravel of the world and its toes. For whom the bell does, you're from where I'm from. You didn't have money if you didn't sell drugs, and that's a situation the majority wouldn't get if you grew up in a house with a white picket fence. But I sorta get the gist. Gotta have the insurance. Can't tell you what is best if you ain't test your endurance. You build something up, you really wanna secure it. That's why I get the notion that my motion is fluid. Way back writing raps, not a single soul knew it. Back before me and Cheeks freestyle over beats of the Pulp Fiction soundtrack. Already found rap, that's a while back. I was just an adolescent, grew up too early with this pent up aggression. You did what you told, never asked any questions. I need an outlet to help my neglection. I need a journey to accept my reflection. Think I found the right investment. Yeah. You bet your ass I'm gon' protect it. Yeah. Meant to be something, gotta be something special. 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 Nah, I ain't gon' sing. I can feel it in my soul. Nah, I ain't gon' sing. I can feel it in my soul. Nah, I ain't gon' sing. I can feel it in my soul. Nah, I ain't gon' sing.
Yeah, more pleasure, more pain come with the territory. More money, more problems, that's mandatory. The judge book by his cover and never read the story. And throw the book at my brothers and tell them he the warning. Thoughts, but it's our dreams, we flush down the toilet. We was born to the streets, we didn't ask your honor. I'm just trying to make it, baby, 3 weeks out the month. Before we flood the cold streets with blood, the water red for the blues. But I don't sing that much. They pick you up, they kick you down, like you don't need that crush. But I'm a champion, I played through the pain when it hurt. Plus I'm clutch, never shaken, never stirred. The lust, I'm James Harden with the 3. A barber with the T outline, a steady hand with a grip like pliers. Up on the game, scary Mike Myers, but y'all don't hear me though. Cause most killers move in silence. I'm Fred Krug, how I do vagina. Niggas don't sleep, I still kill you in your dreams. You find the MC spit it harder than me, you won't find it. With lyrics sitting harder than Spartacus armor. I'm a world-class rhymer with street smart polish and never told a lie. Cherry tree, George Washington, tons of those. You won't see one come, you just know. Yeah, that I can feel it in my soul. I can feel it in my soul. I can feel it. I still want to feel it in my soul, guys.
How come you didn't add like a few extra bars on the way out there?
That was very nice.
Yo, that's still in production, man. That's nice. Exclusive.
Man,
you might not hear that for 3 years.
I'm digging that joint,
Don't say
man.
3 years.
There's a nice little bit of flow in the storytelling there.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Man, don't be nervous. If you got some swears in there, you can go through them.
Okay. I'm a big boy now.
It ain't gonna hurt nobody's ears.
Let's get into another one.
Yeah, let's do it, you guys.
Then we can
just
chat.
Keep rolling.
Let's
keep
go.
on rolling them out.
Okay.
What's the other one we got there?
This one says motion port track.
Yeah. Should I do that one now?
Because that's all I got.
I sent you 2 more, but yeah, let's start with that one.
All right.
All right, fine. Let's do that one.
I'm gonna have to download this guy real fast here.
This is my change up. Yo, it's my change up. Let me have my change up. Yeah.
It's an exclusive.
Someday.
Yeah. She put it in motion.
What?
She put it in motion.
She what?
She put it in motion.
She what?
She put it in motion. She got the focus.
Yeah.
But I got the pose.
Check out the
Yeah.
She put it in motion for me.
She what?
She put it in motion for me.
Yeah.
She put it in motion for me.
Yeah.
She put it in motion for me.
Yeah.
She put it in motion for me. She put it in motion for me.
She what?
This a new culture for me.
Say what?
This a new culture for me.
Say what?
She put it in motion for me.
Yeah.
She put it in motion for me.
T-shirt and panties, breakfast in bed, in love with her figure, in love with her head. She making figures, she baking bread, she taking pictures, of all of her interests, including her man and minding her business. She put it in motion for me. She backed that ass up on me, paused it like a comma, wrap her legs around me like an anaconda. Not to mention all the things we got in common, going 50 shades minus all the drama. I am not ashamed to show it to my mama. Hold on, mother, I think that I love her. Told her there's no other. Netflix popcorn covers, walk her with no rubber. Drip drip turn to puddles. Take it like she's stubborn. She take it like she's stubborn. She put it in motion. 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 She got the pose, but I got the pose. She put it in motion for me. She put it in motion for me. She put it in motion for me. Say what? She put it in motion for me. She do what? She put it in motion for me. Say what? She put it in motion for me. Say what? This is new culture for me. This is new culture. This is new culture for me. This is new culture. She put it in motion for me. She put it in motion for me. She make the difference. She is unique. She is the one. She is the missus. I was in the rep before I met her, I ain't ashamed to admit it. I thought she was pretty, she thought I was clever, now we on big shit. Ain't talking no puppy love, we fuck in the kitchen. Delicate wait when I'm in her, she make all the decisions. I am at your mercy, know I'm gonna work it. There is not a second, I don't think it's worth it. You the most important person on this earth. Never do you dirty till I'm in the dirt. Never do you dirty till I'm in the dirt. She put it in motion. She put it in motion. She put it in motion. She got the pose, but I got the pose. Juice. She put it in motion for me. 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 This is new culture for me. This is new culture for me. This is new culture for me. This is new culture. She put it in motion. 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 This is new culture for me. Remember the name.
Underscore.
She put it in motion for me.
Underscore.
She put it in motion for me.
So, you guys on social media? Can they reach your music somewhere?
Yeah, is there?
Can they pair with you?
They can anywhere they can find your group.
Well, we're everywhere. I'll let you give your.
Okay, but I got cards if you guys want one. But you can find us SoundCloud, but at Buddah Music. You can check that out. We're on YouTube.
BUDDAH.
Right.
Music. MUZIK. I think that's how I spelled it.
That is
real funky like. Yeah. And then for us, the YouTube, we're on. You can go to www.youtube.com. The different CHI, and we'll be there too, waiting for you guys to like and subscribe. You know.
We're on Twitter. We're on Instagram.
We're on the Twitter. Yeah, we're definitely on the Twitter.
We're on the Twitter. We're on the IGs. You know.
So at Buddah. And at ERA.
At I gotta look at my shirt right now.
Underscore.
At E_R_A__. E_A whatever I just said.
What does ERA stand for?
Era.
He just wanted to be complicated.
I am era.
Why you gotta
it's
go
up for interpretation.
So
I could give you what it means, but what does DMX mean? You know.
Oh,
Dark Man X.
Yeah,
look,
everybody knows that. I thought you bought the album.
Yeah,
I did, but
I mean the cassette tape.
But no one calls him Dog Man X.
It couldn't. The graphic couldn't. Dark Man X couldn't fit on the cassette tape.
My name is Era. Okay,
what really small print.
AARP.
Hey, if you think you know AARP, then you don't know ARP. Okay, you don't know ARP.
Man, what about AA?
What about FICO?
Oh, what about FICO?
Very good point.
What about Fight Club?
Yeah, I don't know.
I can't believe you. Wait,
you can't talk about it. You can't talk about Fight Club.
On Twitter, you got Buddah, BUDDAH. That's what it is.
That's what it is. Buddah Music.
You sound surprised.
Buddah Music. Yeah,
it is. That's
still Buddah Music, right?
It's still Buddah Music.
On Twitter.
Yeah. On Twitter.
On the Twitter. That's right. It's all the same.
It's all the same. It's all the same.
I don't want to confuse myself.
Good.
He can't remember his passwords either.
I can't really.
Just tweet it to yourself every now and then.
I'm going to tweet myself.
So do we have any shows coming up on the horizon? And what's our plan for the rest of this year?
Tell them about your project, man.
Oh, well, yeah, I've been working on the project primarily with my man Joe over here. He's been helping me out. Been recording some really good music. He just got a sample of 2 of the tracks that will be featured on the project. The project will be called Prime. It is due to be released within the next couple of weeks, hopefully. Don't quote me on that.
So we're just polishing that one up.
Yes.
We're just, but you know, it's
It's in motion.
It's in motion. I's have to be dotted, T's have to be crossed, but it's pretty much done. It's pretty much done. Just got to tighten it up just a little bit so it can be ready.
Very nice.
I'm always prepared.
You know, no current shows booked, but that's never an issue, you know.
Where do you guys like to play, like little bars and clubs around the city? I mean, is that something you're interested in, or?
Definitely.
If I got some promoters on my feeds, man, I can throw your names at them.
You know, I always like to rap the words to people.
Anyone that'll listen, pretty much.
Right. Anywhere there's a crowd.
Yeah, exactly. We'll rap on the street.
Right. Even with the eyes, they can see the words.
But you need a permit to rap on the street now.
Do you really?
Really?
And some nice places. I mean, you can go on the south side and rap on the street.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That probably won't be the smartest idea.
Yeah.
We should do it anyway.
They're popping Priest out there, man.
I can't count how many of them bootleg tapes I bought down MLK Drive on my way back from work.
Oh man. There was this one spot you can get 10 for 5 piece. I'm telling you.
All different kind of artists.
Yes.
It's like the compilation albums. So we got one more song here if you want to roll through this one, or we can just talk our way out of this show because we only got about 10 minutes left.
Which of these 2 tracks you want to do?
What do you think? I got Prime, I got Emperor.
I got Emperor queued up here.
Man, do Emperor.
Yeah. Emperor.
That's the
doozy
right there. That's the doozy right there.
Do we got to give this a proper intro? Like, what's going on with this song?
A lot of words.
A lot of words.
It's a good song. This would be a song that gets some notice.
Tell them what it means to be an emperor
community
in this game. Man.
Are we talking about being emperor of the empire?
What's left of it.
Okay.
It's kind of like you got to pick it up out of the shambles that it's in and rebuild the empire.
Exactly. But I think it is like about like just being the master of your own universe, man.
That's it.
Being the master of your world, man. Just do you and do you well.
Be confident
and whatever you do.
and own it.
Exactly.
Own it.
Yes.
Own it.
That's right. You're checking out WNUR-FM, Evanston and Chicago. This is The Difference. And you're listening to the Laugh or Else radio show.
Own like Oprah.
I am emperor of geeks.
I've broken my empathy to take virginities. Then give them back cause they tainted my memories. I am an entity, literally energy from the 5th dimension, edge of infinity. Not a single nigga fuck with me mentally. Why they even do it? They don't wanna be the best.
Be the best. Be the best.
Aiming at their head while the F they buy a vest.
Buy a vest.
I don't give a shit. Everything I say aggressive.
Say aggressive.
Murder all the music just till they get the message. Get the message, yeah, right? Loud and clear, right? Only make the music just cause it feel right. If I didn't do it, then I wouldn't get a deal. Wouldn't make a meal, no industry niggas left to kill. So I gotta do it, yeah, I gotta kill them. All I see around me are innocent victims. Put them out the misery, leaving them muddy symptoms. Remind every name that I got against them. For instance, everything is mediocre. Big chokers, couldn't even spin sober. This is something that I shouldn't even trip over. The mystery is how these motherfuckers getting over. I call it the crowd. I'm calling you dab. I am the #1 pick in the 2017 draft. Okay, I'm an anomaly. Your woman is fond of me. I'ma go ruin that bitch just like Trump when he run the economy. And while we on dividends, money make plenty friends. But when you have nothing, see how many people around you are really friends. I am an emperor. I am an emperor. I am an emperor. I am an emperor. What happened to artistry? What happened to storytelling? All I do is spit the truth behind murderous bars. I was born a felon. God damn it, I'm so offended. These niggas allowed to exist. Pages are turning, but no one is learning. What type of perversion is this? I'm going in, they gon' ask me to quit. I only deal with immaculate shit. I'll only hit a spectacular bitch. They can go keep all that average shit. This is some laughable shit. Actually, it's practical. I say it's laughable cause it's spectacular shit. Precision and focus with deadly intent. My shit collectible, my shit is mint. Suck on my testicle when I permit. If you a skeptical or a critic, this is a spectacle, this an event.
In the neck, bout trace globe like a fucking atlas. Couldn't win a race if I was running backwards. Cheese on your head like the fucking Packers. Everybody take a shot, but they need to practice. Everybody from my city is an unsound rapper. Let's rally behind the capitals. They starting another chapter. Get it from my city, I couldn't get it without them. Get it from my city, I couldn't get it without them. I am an emperor, emperor. I am an emperor, emperor. I am an emperor, emperor. Yeah, emperor. I'm breaking the mold from here on out, shaping the globe and taking a hold. I'm making it known I'm beyond them. Mountains to Moses, not even close. I'm calling the chili peppers on my phone. Thought you'd be under the bridge with the trolls, killing them slow, killing them quick. Got your baby mama feeling my dick. They can be sick, I am contagious. I'm an epidemic, ebony faces all over the nation. I'm losing their patience. I'ma let them know we ain't gonna take it. I'ma be the martyr, tell them this is Sparta. Kick them in the dungeon, back to where they come from, in the windy city, all the way to London. Wanna make a difference, let me tell you something. You could do it.
What?
Said you could do it.
You could do it.
You could do it. You could do it. Believe you could do it. There was a mentor of mine who offered up some good advice. Everybody's good at something, but nobody's perfect at life. I was born a monarch in this world. I cannot help that I'm good. We all got something that we do. Everyone's misunderstood. I was born a monarch in this world. I cannot help that I'm good. We all got something that we do. Everyone's misunderstood. I was born a monarch in this world. I cannot help that I'm good. We all got something that we do. Everyone, 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 everywhere. Emperor, 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 emperor. I am a emperor, 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 emperor.
Prime on the way. 2 weeks.
Yes. Rule the world.
I can't imagine what the live show is like. I was pretty pumped in
the live show.
Man, that was fire, kid.
That was funky fresh.
Oh man, thank you.
To death.
Thank you.
I'll be looking for that when that drops.
Be on the best.
Really, please
best
pass it around. Pass it around.
For sure. You know what? I'm gonna keep this in my rotation, man. I'll spin this at least once every other week.
Ooh,
dig it.
Thank you. Thank you.
There's every now and again I do a show where it's nothing but just unsigned artists. So when that show comes around, I'll do all 3 of them tracks for sure, man.
That's dope.
Nice.
That's dope.
I appreciate that, man.
Man, you guys, I think you got a future for sure. You know, if I had to say, like,
we think. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, guys. Okay?
right. But if I had to compare you guys to hip hop artists, I would say Era, you're probably like a young Tech Nine, like when he was still trying to develop his flow, and then like Buddah, I think you sound a lot like a young Lazy Bone. Honestly, bro, like from that Creeping on the Come Up CD.
Appreciate it, man. I got a lot of lazy bones, man.
Every one of my bones is lazy.
Every one of them.
So,
except for one.
Jay Watts, they can hear, if anybody listening wants to hear more of these tracks, or if they want to hear repeats of these tracks, they can do so on your website, or are those not up yet?
Those not up yet, but they will be up when he says they're up, right? When are they going to be up, man?
I think we're going to just start throwing stuff on
up there,
YouTube, on your SoundClouds.
Yeah. They'll be up there this upcoming week because I am on vacation from my formal job.
Hey.
So plenty of time.
You can get to your real job.
I can get to my real job, you know. So we'll be releasing those in this upcoming week, and they will be on Joe's page. They will be on our page as well. We're going to treat them as singles first, and then we're just going to drop the project.
Right on.
Welcome to the new industry.
Yeah, right. I think reinvigorating some hip-hop right here.
Yes, sir.
Let's do it.
You know, some decent storytelling between all 3 of them songs, man, and it's like the flow is on point as well. So I'm excited to hear more myself. So I mean, other than that, some last shout outs where people can see your stuff or reach you guys if they want to hear more. Like your personal website.
Buddah Music.
Yeah, you can go to like I said, you can go to the SoundCloud page. Just type in Buddah Music. You type in The Difference. Everything should pop up for you, man. We got some nice stuff on our first project, our first group project together, whatever that's up there.
Yep.
You can go to that Piff. You can check us out there.
Yep.
Difference, whatever. And
we're on Facebook too.
We're on Facebook. We're on the Twitter. We're on Instagram. We do that too. As far as the YouTube, you can YouTube the different CHI. You can just hashtag all that stuff and it'll pop up gang of everything.
Right there.
Just check
bunch
us
of good music there. A bunch of real
love us.
If you just go to Google and put the different CHI, I'm sure you'll find everything.
You'll find everything you're looking for.
Yeah. Are you still friends with Tom?
Tom unfriended me, man.
What?
You guys AOL on that dial-up?
Punk ass.
I'm still in those chat rooms, by the way.
Right.
I'm still waiting on that.
ASL.
I'm still on download, man.
Right. I'm still waiting for that last download from AOL.
Exactly.
Yeah. Man, I remember them.
That was tough time, man.
Yeah.
And you're complaining about flying cars, man.
right.
They're not flying yet.
Man, we were lucky to have a word processor back in high school.
About it, right?
And they got cars that park themselves.
Pictures took 4 minutes to download.
Not very well.
Right?
I don't believe in those.
1 bar of pixels at a time.
I know, right? That was crazy.
But AOL was a stepping stone. We had to step on it to get where we're at.
Dude, Google's only been around since 2000 something.
Used to
be. It was early 2000s.
It used to be Ask Jeeves and
right.
What was the other one? Dogpile.com.
Yahoo ruled the world for a while too. They ruled the world.
Remember those goofy commercials?
Yahoo. yeah. Now where are they?
I'm old.
Man, they're getting sued into oblivion by Google.
I feel really old now. Thank you guys.
Oh man, my bad.
My birthday's Wednesday, by the way. Our birthday is Wednesday.
Happy Spawn Day, brother.
Anybody could chip in,
Happy Escape the Womb Day.
Yeah.
I'm glad you got out, bro.
I want to go back.
He's fighting his whole life trying to get back in.
Tell me about it.
Man. That's all we're trying to do anyway in life, right? Get back to the womb.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I gotta say thanks once again to Jay Watts of Audio Stir Fry for bringing Era and Buddah from the Difference. Chi-Town hip hop artists up and coming. You're gonna want to stay on their social media to catch up with more of them. But if you'd like to hear more from our show, the Laugh Rails Radio Show, you can check us out on Facebook. The Laugh Rails Radio Show fan page can be found there. And if you use the hashtag LOERadio on Twitter and YouTube, you can find everything I post and all the clips and shows that I upload during the week.
What about if they want to come up and perform here? If you're a musician or some kind of artist in Chicago with some good good music.
The best way would be to reach out through the Facebook fan page, the Laugh Rails Radio Show. Just throw up a quick message there. I'm sure to get it.
Opportunity knocks, people.
So again, I want to thank Jay Watts, Audio Stir Fry, and the boys from The Difference.
Yeah.
Because they making one in the hip hop game.
Thank you, man. Very enjoyable time.
Thanks, guys. We appreciate you having us on.
No problem. Anytime, guys. You want to come back after that video drops or you got some new singles coming up, just let Jay Watts here know, and we'll have you back for sure.
Awesome.
So I'd like to say thanks for listening. Check out more great stuff coming at you at the Freeform programming here on WNUR-FM until 6 a.m. this morning. Usually right now we would have Front Porch Radio coming at you. Or it would be Arise Radio. But I don't see anybody coming.
Man, can we get one more performance in here? What?
No, I don't think so, man. Because then these
FCC is coming at us.
No, because these guys will walk in like 30 seconds late.
What's going on here?
Yeah.
All right.
How dare you? We're students. You
making
can't
the hippie
do
hop.
this.
Making the hippity hop.
Making that damn hippity hop music. I had
where's that house music?
Yeah.
Gotta have house.
In my house. All right. So, as requested earlier in the show, play us out. There's a little bit of Rage Against the Machine.
Yes.
WNUR-FM, Evanston, and Chicago.
Rock
Stay tuned.
We like the rage.